Imagine relaxing in your backyard, enjoying the Florida sunshine. Suddenly you hear rustling in the bushes. You turn to see a large, hairy pig with sharp tusks staring back at you. This is no ordinary pig, it's a wild boar, and it's becoming an increasingly common sight in Florida. Gone are the days when these creatures were confined to remote wilderness areas. Wild boars are now showing up in neighborhoods, golf courses, and even schoolyards, making encounters with humans more likely than ever before. These encounters can be unsettling, to say the least. Wild boars, with their powerful bodies and sharp tusks, can be intimidating creatures. But their presence in our communities goes beyond mere inconvenience. They pose real dangers to people, pets, and the environment. Understanding why these animals are here, how they behave, and the risks they present is crucial for staying safe in the Sunshine State. How did these creatures, native to Europe, Asia, and Africa, end up in Florida? Spanish explorers brought them in the 1500s for food. Known for their adaptability, they quickly established themselves. In the early 1900s, Eurasian wild boars were introduced for hunting. Some escaped or were released, boosting the wild population. Today, Florida has one of the largest wild boar populations in the U.S. Wild boars are highly adaptable, thriving in dense forests, swamps, open grasslands, and even suburban areas. They are opportunistic omnivores, eating almost anything. Their diet includes roots, tubers, fruits, nuts, insects, small animals, and carrion. Primarily nocturnal, they forage at night. By day, they seek refuge in dense vegetation or burrows. Wild boars are social, living in groups called sounders. Males are solitary except during breeding season. Section 4. Boars behaving badly. While wild boars may seem like just another animal trying to survive, their presence in Florida has significant consequences. Their rooting behavior, while essential for finding food, can cause extensive damage to crops, gardens, and lawns. They uproot vegetation, trample seedlings, and create muddy wallows, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. This behavior not only impacts the aesthetics of our landscapes, but also poses a threat to agricultural production. Their impact extends beyond our backyards. Wild boars compete with native wildlife for food and resources, potentially displacing or even preying on vulnerable species. Their foraging habits can alter plant communities, affecting the overall biodiversity of ecosystems. In addition to their ecological impact, wild boars can also pose a direct threat to human health. Section 5. Wreaking havoc. Wild boars are known carriers of various diseases, some of which can be transmitted to humans and domestic animals. Leptospirosis, brucellosis, and swine influenza are just a few examples of diseases that can be spread through contact with infected boars or their bodily fluids. Their presence in urban and suburban areas increases the risk of disease transmission to humans and pets, posing a public health concern. Beyond disease, wild boars can also inflict direct physical harm. While attacks on humans are relatively rare, they can occur, especially if the animal feels threatened or cornered. Their sharp tusks can inflict serious injuries, and their powerful bodies can easily knock down an adult. Children are particularly vulnerable due to their smaller size and their tendency to approach animals out of curiosity. Section 6. When boars attack. In 2019, a woman in Florida was seriously injured after being attacked by a wild boar while walking her dog. The boar, startled by the dog, charged at the woman, knocking her to the ground and gashing her leg with its tusks. She required multiple stitches and months of physical therapy to recover. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of encountering these animals. Always be aware of your surroundings and take precautions in wild boar areas. Section 7. Boar-proofing your life. So, how can you stay safe in areas where wild boars roam? First and foremost, be aware of your surroundings. Look for signs of boar activity, such as tracks, wallows, and uprooted vegetation. If you see a boar, do not approach it. Instead, remain calm and slowly back away, making sure the animal has a clear escape route. Avoid cornering a boar, as this may trigger a defensive response. Secure your garbage cans and avoid leaving pet food outdoors, as these can attract boars. If you live in an area with a high boar population, consider installing fencing around your property to deter them from entering. If you do encounter a boar, never try to feed or pet it. Wild animals are unpredictable, and even seemingly docile individuals can become aggressive without warning.